It's the Line Makers on Sporting News.
Hi folks, the Line Makers on Sporting News. Brian Blessing here at the South Point in Las Vegas. Let's talk Friday night pucks in the National Hockey League. 4 games on the menu. Let's leave the Ottawa-Montreal game on the shelf because they're playing basically in back-to-back situations. Let's move on to the Islanders and the Penguins, where the Penguins are minus 240. Take back on the Islanders is plus $2. Total on the game is 5.5. Listen, game 1 was a complete mismatch. 5-0 was the final score. The Pens said on the way into the series they wanted to play an up-tempo branded game, try to suck the Islanders into a shootout kind of situation. That's just not going to fly for the Islanders. And the bottom line is they like to play up-tempo, but in this matchup, forget it. You've got no shot. It's going to call for a massive adjustment by the Islanders to have any shot here. They're basically going to have to pack things in their own end, chip it off the glass and out, and just bide their time and hope that they can strike with the man advantage. But you're asking a team to completely revamp their style. Bottom line is Pittsburgh is clearly the much better team right here. And then you throw on top of it, Fleury played very well between the pipes for the Pens. So listen, Pittsburgh looks like a real solid team. If anything, if you're playing the Pens, you got to play the puck line. You got to go minus the goal and a half. Let's move on to Minnesota and Chicago. For starters, we're looking at Chicago minus 250. And then I go to the series price where Chicago's minus 750 and the takeback on the Wild is plus 550. Hey, I've thrown money away on crazier things than this. That was a hard-fought, close game in game 1 between the Blackhawks and the Wild. And the Wild have a good goaltender in Harding who had to come in Backstrom's stead, who got hurt in pregame warmups. Here's the thing with Chicago. They're a really good team, but there are times they go in little offensive catnaps. And I can see Minnesota making this an interesting series. I do believe Chicago's going to win it, but that's a ridiculous price. There's really value on the Wild. The problem is they gave up a king's ransom to get Jason Pominville from the Sabres at the trade deadline. He gets a concussion. He's not there to help them. And other than Parisi and a handful of talented guys, you know, Minnesota just has a real hard time putting the puck in the net. Then we move on, San Jose and Vancouver. Listen, I love the Sharks in this series. I played them for the series. I played them in game 1. And they're playing with house money now. They win game 1 pretty emphatically with a solid third period. 3-1 was the final score. They can basically put a nail in the Canucks' coffin here if they won both games in Vancouver and get a bit greedy. And it was simple for me. Niemi is playing at an incredibly high level. For the series, the Sharks have a 17-2-5 record on home ice, and they've already won game 1. There is so much pressure on Vancouver in this second game. Literally, the Canucks have to win the game. I think San Jose plays this game pretty free and easy, and it wouldn't shock me if they come right back and win again, plus a quarter in game 2. The total on the game is 5. I'd be looking at the Sharks in this spot because you've got a rub here in the goaltending situation for the Canucks. Luongo was a disaster in the final game of the regular season. They got to him quickly back-to-back in the third period, and we don't know Schneider's status. He's been injured, and Luongo's already counting the minutes to get out of Vancouver. He wants to be traded. He's going to be traded over the course of the summer. I think this is San Jose's series, and I'm coming right back with the Sharks again in game 2. Bottom line, good stuff, great action, passion, physical. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it's a busy Friday night, and we'll cover you all the way until someone hoists Lord Stanley Cup right here, the Line Makers on Sporting News.